Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, let's focus on our entire body, including the abs, glutes, legs, arms, and shoulders, with this 20-minute Pilates workout. Let's begin. Let's start by standing, legs and feet hip width distance apart, arms are relaxed at your sides, standing tall, a slight bend in the knees, take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and start rolling down, vertebra by vertebra, completely relaxing the upper body at the bottom, relaxing the head, neck, and arms. Start to sway your upper body side to side, completely loose and floppy and relaxed. Warming up your lower back and bringing it back to the center. Keeping your upper body relaxed, just gently stretch and straighten both legs and bend. Again, we stretch and bend. Stretch and straighten both legs as best as you can and release. Keeping that upper body relaxed. Holding the stretch and release. Again, stretch and straighten. Release. Last one, stretch and hold. And gently release. Walking those hands forward now into your downward facing dog. Your ears in line with your biceps. You are pressing that chest towards your thighs, pressing those heels down into the mat as best as you can, stretching those legs, and breathe. Keeping your upper body and your hips as stable as possible, we're going to walk the legs. So press one heel into the mat, and then press the other heel into the mat. We press and stretch that leg as best as you can, and press and stretch. We change. Keep it going and press and stretch. Last two and last one, and release both knees back into your downward facing dog. Taking a nice big deep breath in here and slowly lower to hover with the knees just above the mat and push up back into your downward facing dog. We go lower to hover the knees just above the mat and lift back up. Lower to hover with a tabletop back, keeping that head and neck in line with your spine, sinking that belly button up to the spine, hovering the knees just above the mat, pressing those heels, stretching the legs, and hover, and downward facing dog. Keep breathing, you only have two more. Lift, and lower to hover. Last one, we go. Lift, pressing those heels, stretching the legs, and lower to hover. We are going to hold this here. So just hold, keeping the knees lifted, and breathe. Keep sinking that belly button up towards the spine, lengthening those shoulders down away from the neck, and slowly replacing the knees onto the mat, releasing the feet. Let's warm up our spine. Inhale, and as you exhale, tuck your pelvis and start to round your back vertebra by vertebra, tucking the chin to the chest, rounding your spine, sinking that belly button up, and then slowly starting to extend the spine, arching your back as much as you can, chest up to the ceiling. Again, we go round your spine. Make sure your head and your neck are last to move. Really rounding the spine, and again, arching the back, sticking your bum out, getting that chest to look up towards the ceiling. Again, we go round your back, vertebra by vertebra, sinking the belly button up to your spine, and extend, arching the back as much as you can, looking up towards the ceiling. Again, we go round your spine, vertebra by vertebra, really tucking that pelvis, and again we arch the back, really stick the bum out, get that chest to look up to the ceiling. Last one, we go round your back now as much as you can, really rounding the spine. And last one, we exhale to extend and arch the back as much as you can, get that chest up to the ceiling, and slowly flatten the back out. On all fours, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, really twisting and rotating the upper body, keeping the hips stable, and slowly feeding that arm all the way through, placing your shoulder down onto the mat. Make sure your hips are directly above and in line with your knees. From here, take your right arm and lift it up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to lift that arm straight up out of the shoulder towards the ceiling and take it as far back behind you as you can, really opening up that arm and that shoulder. Take a big breath in and exhale, slowly placing that hand back down onto the mat and lift yourself back up onto all fours. Ready on the other side, reaching your right arm now up towards the ceiling, really opening up that chest, twisting and rotating the upper body. And now feed that right arm all the way through, placing that shoulder down onto the mat. Keeping your hips nice and stable, make sure they are above the knees. And now from here, we're going to lift that left arm up towards the ceiling. Lifting that arm up and out of the shoulder and straight back behind you as far as you can, really trying to open up that shoulder. Just breathe here. And slowly lifting yourself back up onto all fours. From here, we're going to slowly walk our hands forward, lying our chest down onto the mat, making sure those hips again are directly above and in line with the knees. And really just breathe here. Take big, deep breaths in and out, really pressing that chest down towards the mat. You can place your chin or your forehead down onto the mat. One more inhale and exhale, slowly lifting back up onto all fours. Let's lower down onto our elbows, making sure the elbows are directly under and in line with the shoulders, your wrists directly in line with the elbows. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift your right leg straight up to the ceiling and lower. We lift and lower, keeping that leg bent at a 90-degree angle. You are lifting that knee as high as you can up towards the ceiling. Really squeezing the glutes as you lift the leg. Lower, last one, lift, and we're going to hold it there. Pulse that leg up and pulse. And pulse. Keep lifting the leg as high as you can. And pulse. And squeeze. And squeeze. And pulse. Now we bring that knee in towards the chest, tucking the chin to the knee, and then lift the leg back up. Curl and round your spine, knee to chin, and lift. And curl and lift, squeezing the glute. We curl, sink that belly to the spine, and lift. Last two, we curl and lift. Last one, really rounding the spine, sinking that belly button, and lift, placing that knee back down onto the mat. Good job. Are you ready for the other side? Left leg lifts and lower. Again, we go straight up to the ceiling and lower. You're trying to keep your weight nice and centered in the middle. Keep sinking that belly button up towards the spine. You're really trying to lift the knee and squeeze that glute. Last one, we lift and hold to pulse. We pulse up, pulse, and squeeze, and lift, and pulse, squeezing that glute. Good, and pulse. Last one, we go curl, bringing the knee to the chin, and lift that leg back up behind you. Again, we curl, rounding the spine, and lift. We round the spine, bring the knee to the chin, and lift that leg behind you. Again, we curl and lift. When you curl, sink that belly button up to the spine and lift and squeeze that glute. Last one, we curl it in, rounding that back, and lift that leg up behind you, placing the knee back down onto the mat, and from here lying flat onto your tummy. Placing your forehead onto your fingertips with your elbows out, your legs are slightly open. Sink the belly button up to the spine, inhale, and as you exhale, lengthen the shoulders down away from the ears and lift that upper body up off the mat and lower. Again, we lift up as high as you can and lower. We lift the upper body up towards the ceiling and lower as you inhale. exhale to lift and lower. We go lift, low as you inhale, exhale to lift and lower. Last two, we lift the upper body up off the mat and low as you inhale, exhale, lift and hold. Keep lifting that upper body up and hold, 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 and slowly lower the upper body back down. We bend both legs into a froggy position, so your knees are out, your heels are together, and your feet are flexed. Keep the upper body down, inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to squeeze your glutes and lift the knees and thighs up off the mat and lower. Again, we lift and lower. You're lifting both legs up off the mat and lower to inhale. Exhale to lift, squeezing the glutes, lower. Good, we go lift and lower. Keep sinking the belly buttons up to the spine and lower. Lift and lower. Last one, exhale to lift and hold. We pulse and pulse and pulse. Keep lifting those knees and thighs up off the mat, squeezing the glutes and pulse and lower those knees back down. Stretch the legs out. Place your hands under your shoulders and push back into your praying crouch. Legs and feet together, your bum back onto your heels, stretching the arms and slowly lift up to be seated. Well done. From here, let's lie flat on our sides, your body in one long line, straight stretched legs, placing your head onto your bottom arm, your other hand placed in front of you for support. Forward kicks. Inhale, and as you exhale, take your top leg as far forward as you can and taking it back. We kick it forward with control, taking it back. We kick it forward and back. Try and stretch and straighten that leg as much as you can, keeping your upper body as stable as possible, and sink that belly button to the spine. Last one, kick it forward and back. Now slide that foot along the inside of your bottom leg, really opening the knee as wide as you can. Unfold the leg to straighten it as much as you can and slowly lower that leg down with control. We repeat, slide the foot along the inside of the bottom leg, extend that leg to straight and slowly lower to inhale. Exhale, we bend, opening the knee, extend and lower. Keep sinking that belly button to the spine. We go bend, sliding that foot, extend to straight, stretching that leg, lower, squeezing those inner thighs together. We go bend, extend and lower as you squeeze those inner thighs. We go bend, extend and lower. Good. From here, lifting up onto your elbow. Make sure the elbow is directly under and in line with the shoulder. Place your supporting arm alongside your body. Flex your feet. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift those hips up to the ceiling and lower for your side plank. We lift and lower with control. Lifting those hips up and lower. Sinking those belly buttons to the spine. Good. Keep it going. Lifting those hips up and lower as you inhale. Exhale to lift and hold. Just breathe and smile. Good job. Slowly lower those hips down to the mat. Let's repeat that sequence on the other side. Lying flat down with your body in one long line with straight stretched legs, your hand in front of you for support. Inhale. And as you exhale, take that top leg and kick it forward and back as you inhale. Exhale to kick it forward and take it back. Keep sinking those belly buttons to the spine and back. We kick forward, keeping that upper body as stable as possible. Keep it going and back. Last one, kicking it forward and back. We bend the legs, sliding that foot along the inside of the bottom leg, opening up that knee, extend to straight, and slowly lower with control. Again, we bend, open the knee and extend to straight and lower, squeezing the inner thighs together. Again, we bend, extend and lower as you inhale. We exhale, bend, extend and lower, squeezing those inner thighs together. Keep sinking that belly button to the spine. Good, extend and lower. Last one, we bend, extend and lower with control. Lifting up onto your elbow. Remember to make sure that elbow is directly under and in line with the shoulder, supporting arm rests on the body. Inhale, exhale to lift the hips and lower. Again, we lift and lower, lifting the hips as high as you can, straight up to the ceiling. Good, keep lifting up and out of that bottom shoulder, sinking the belly button to the spine. Lift and lower. Last one, and lift and hold. We're just going to hold it here for a few more seconds, so breathe and lower those hips down towards the mat. From here, lying flat onto your tummy, placing the hands under the shoulders and push back into your praying crouch with your feet together and your knees wide open. Release the chest onto the mat and just breathe. Relax your chin or your forehead on the mat and press that chest down. From here, let's slowly start to sit up and bringing the legs forward in front of you to sit on our bums. With bent legs, sitting up nice and tall, hands behind the legs, and we're going to slowly roll the body down vertebra by vertebra. Bringing the knees into the chest. Grab a hold of the elbows over the knees and hug your knees into your chest, relaxing the upper body down onto the mat, and squeeze those knees in. Going into our single leg stretch, lifting the upper body up off the mat. Interlace your fingers and place your hands over your left knee, bringing the knee into the chest and stretch your right leg to straight at 45. We're going to change, bringing the other knee to the chest and extending the other leg. Good, keep going. We change and change. Keep lifting that upper body up off the mat. Change and change, sinking that belly button to the spine, bringing that knee in, stretching the opposite leg. Good, and change. Bringing both knees into the chest, into your double leg stretch. We extend both legs to straight, arms overhead, and bring it back in. We extend legs and arms and bring it back in as you inhale. Exhale to extend, into inhale. Exhale, extend, and bring it in, squeezing the knees in. Keep lifting that upper body up off the mat as high as you can. Exhale to extend, legs at 45 degrees and bring the knees back in. Extend, the arms go overhead and bring it in. Last one, we extend and in. We're going to go straight into our bicycles. You can do this placing your fists onto your temples, elbows out, extend one leg at 45 degrees and twist and rotate that lifted upper body. From here, we change to the other side and change. And change, keep going, change. And change. One leg is bent, other leg is straight, and you are taking that elbow towards your opposite knee, really trying to touch the elbow to the knee, lifting that upper body, sinking the belly button. Last two, and finished. Good job. I know that was tough. We have one more exercise. You can do this. Lifting up onto your elbows with your elbows directly under and in line with your shoulders. Legs and feet are together. For our reverse plank, we lift those hips up to the ceiling and lower to inhale. Exhale to lift, squeezing those glutes up and lower. We go lift and lower. Good job. Keep going. Lift those hips up and lower, sinking the belly button to the spine. Good. And lower. Last one, we lift and hold. Just keep holding it here, lifting those hips, squeezing those glutes up towards the ceiling. And slowly lower those hips back down. Beautiful. Sitting up tall, lift those arms up towards the ceiling and reach them as far forward as you can over the toes. Lengthen and stretch forward from the lower back with straight, stretched legs. Just release and breathe. Big breath in and exhale. From here, let's sit up nice and tall. We are going to stretch out our spine. So bend your left leg and place your foot on the outside of your right leg. Place your left arm behind you for support. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling and take that elbow over the knee. Twisting and rotating that upper body as much as you can. Take a big deep breath in and exhale. Release. Let's repeat that on the other side. So bend your right leg, place the foot on the outside of your left leg, right arm behind you for support, left arm up towards the ceiling, and then take that left arm over the knee, pressing that elbow into the knee, and twist and rotate that upper body as much as you can. Good. And gently release. Both legs are in front of you, and let's just slowly roll down flat onto our back onto the mat. Let's release our arms and our legs completely relaxed, and let's take a few big deep breaths as we show ourselves some love and appreciation for bringing ourselves to our mats today. Let's slowly bend our legs and roll over onto our sides to lift up and to be seated. Thank you so much for joining my class today. I hope you loved it, and see you next time.